Hello. Today is Columbia Heights Day, and it is June 24th, 2023. My name is Dan Kerr, and can you tell us your name?
My name is Julia Gales, formerly Julia Almarante Mateo. Gale is from my ex-husband.
I see.
Yes.
And could you tell us a little bit about your connection to Columbia Heights?
My connection to Columbia Heights is way bigger than I thought it would be. I came into the U.S. in 1975, and I've been here since. I traveled different places, but this has been my home.
Oh, wow.
Since 1975, I've been here 47 years.
That's amazing.
Yes, and the memories of Columbia Heights, Adams Morgan, Mount Pleasant has been really enlightening because it had changed so much. It had changed dramatically from what it was in 1975 when I came in to now. It had developed into an awesome, very pricey neighborhood.
Interesting.
Yes, the Latino festivals, the Pride Days, and all the celebration they have been through this area has been amazing. You know, I love DC, I love Columbia Heights, I love Mount Pleasant. It's my heart.
Oh, that's wonderful. Could you tell us, so in '75, where did you come from when you came to Columbia Heights?
I came from the Dominican Republic, and I used to live right on Columbia Road in Quarry, and like I said, it has been my neighborhood, and came through the embassy of Madagascar. My mother used to be an employee for the embassy, and she brought all of us here through the embassy.
Of Madagascar.
Yes.
And why did you choose to, or did your mother choose to live in Columbia Heights?
Well, my mother was already here in the U.S. for like a couple of years before I came, and she had an apartment right here on Columbia High, which was very inexpensive. The same place that we used to live before, we cannot even look at an apartment. That is so expensive. We can't afford it.
Wow.
So, but it was. My mother used to live in Columbia Heights before I came to the U.S.
And when you first arrived, do you remember what your memories are? What are your first memories of what Columbia Heights was like? How did it feel when you first came?
It felt, to tell you the truth, I felt like I was in another world. Coming from the Dominican Republic, I felt so like empowered, like I was like London, France. That's how I saw it. The way the rainfall, the smell, the happiness, the unity that was in the area, it was amazing.
Wow.
You know, it was amazing. You know, even to this day, like it's different from what it was used to be.
And what were when you said the unity, you mean of the people who were here?
The blacks and the Latino.
I see.
That okay. It was a tie.
And so you made many friends quickly.
Many friends, yeah.
And
yeah.
Were you in school? You must have been in school then?
I was actually in school at night. I was 19.
Okay.
And we used to go to school to learn English. And quickly, I turned from my group of Latino people to a group of African American. And it was amazing because with them, I was able to really learn how to enunciate the English. And I learned so much. I learned so much from the African American community.
And you said it was a group where they focused on any kind of either politics or activity, or was it just an
No, we were
informal group of
teenager.
friends?
We were teenagers.
Yeah.
We were between the ages of maybe 16 to 9 to 20. So we were just kids, having fun.
And you just, mhm.
I did associate myself with the celebration the following year of celebrating the Latino community, and I was part of a dance group that they went dance with the floats and stuff. Like, it was amazing. It was amazing.
And were you a dancer before coming, or did you learn to dance here?
Well, nobody ever taught me how to dance. It's just the rhythm. If you have rhythm, you can dance anything you want. So I never had like any formal dancing, but I let myself, I let the rhythm lead me. So I did some competitive dance in the neighborhood. It was not a big thing. It was not national, but it was something that we were doing to enjoy ourselves. Yeah.
And what were some of your favorite places when you in the 70s?
It was the museums.
Okay.
The museum was my favorite place because it has so much information, and it taught me so much. It taught me about history. It taught me about geography, which geography was one of my favorite subjects in school, and I never thought in my dream that I will ever be here, but being here, it just had led me to different countries. I had traveled to different countries, and it was a dream of me when I was a little girl. I wanted to learn another language back home, and I used to say, one day I'm going to learn one of these languages. And here I am. I'm speaking not fluent English, but I cannot, I can get around. I can get around, and I still want to learn how to speak French. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And how about in the neighborhood? Were there any kind of favorite spaces in the community, kind of parks or businesses or community centers that you attached yourself to?
Not particularly, but I had a park where we used to congregate as kids, and relax at the Colorama Park, or either at the here on 16th and Columbia Road Park. We used to hang out over there, and it was just a place of relaxation, and sitting down and playing games and talking to each other. Yes.
That's fantastic. So what are you said the neighborhood has changed a lot. Could you tell us like some of those changes that you've seen from when
from what I came, yeah. From what I came in 1975, there was a lot of devastation from the Martin Luther King death. Like the burning. There was a lot of businesses that were burned. There was a lot of places that were condemned, and streets that like I was always advised not to walk around there, and like, why? Oh, because it's really dangerous. But I always had to experience myself what people were saying, and it never happened. It was just a devastation that were left from years ago. So now all those places that were burned and played and condemned, they're now businesses. They now restore and bought by people that have businesses, and it's an amazing area to live in. And had turned into Columbia Heights into a whole different city.
And you have since moved, is that right?
Yes, I moved. I had lived in Northeast. I had lived in Southeast, which is apparently the bad area, but never had a bad experience. Never. Living in Southeast for almost 9 years, I never had a bad experience. I have lived in Puerto Rico for a couple of years, um, and come back to the district because this is home. This is home. Travel to from Chile to Manila to all those places, and I'm back home. I'm going to Mexico next month.
That's terrific.
I love to travel.
Wow. And is that part of your work or just for
No,
enjoyment?
it's just a part of me. I like to travel. I don't have any small children. Divorce. I don't have anybody to account to. So if I'm retired, why not?
Yeah. That's
I need to live my life.
And your home is in Columbia Heights now?
Yes, I live on 14th in Harvard.
Mm.
That's where I live right now.
Oh, that's great.
Next year, I don't know where I live, but right now I'm living there. Yes.
Is next year something happening or?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know where God is gonna take me.
I see.
I'm
Yes.
I'm part of a congregation that we are missionary. So I don't know if they're gonna ask me, hey Julia, would you like to move to West Virginia?
Right.
I love DC, but I will be DC will be in my heart. If they ask me to move to West Virginia, I will move to West Virginia.
And is your congregation in the neighborhood or?
It's in the area. It's not in the neighborhood, but it's near on Connecticut Avenue near UDC.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and it's not just there. It's international.
Mm.
It's international. That's why I travel to many different places, because we have conferences during the year, and we can choose where we wanted to go.
And do you get a feel in the neighborhood of Columbia Heights of it being an international neighborhood?
Yes.
Could you tell me a little about that?
I like it because it's a mixture of every cultural ethnicity. I love African food, Mexican, Ethiopians, Indian, Middle Eastern. We are all people. Why can we live in coexist together? We must. I love the family. We are human beings. No matter where you come from, we all have the same. We have blood. We share the same blood. We share the same, maybe not the same tradition, but we need to learn how to live together. And when we live together in peace and harmony, it's amazing. Without saying where you come from, fine, come on, we're human beings. You were born in different places, but we're still human beings. So we need to love one another as human, not looking at the color of the skin or where you came from. I think that's my theory.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And we'll have peace.
What's your hope for the future of the neighborhood?
The hope for the future of the neighborhood, I would like to see more of what you said, opportunity for the low-income families to stay in DC and to stay in the area where they are now and not have to move to Maryland or Virginia because of the economy. So that's what I like to see for the future.
Because of the prices of
The prices.
housing going up and
Yes.
being harder to afford.
Yes. Yes. I have my oldest daughter. She had to move she was born and raised here in DC, but she could not afford the rent. So she had to go to Maryland. She moved to Silver Spring. And she loved it here.
Mm.
But she's like, Mommy, I cannot afford the rent. So she had to move to Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Mm.
Hopefully in the future she'll be able to buy a house here in DC.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts you'd like to share with us today about Columbia Heights?
Columbia Heights is amazing. If we can, I don't know how we're going to do it, But the neighborhood is not bad. It's the influence that comes from that, like people that don't want to be friend with certain ethnicity, and the some that bring bad vibe to the neighborhood. We should be able to keep our space nice and clean and inviting and all that, but not everybody does that. And how we're gonna make people change, I don't know. That has to come from within.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Yes, thank you. You're welcome.